Hi, my name is Jensen Ibera, and I am a student at Allegheny College of Maryland. The right to a fair trial relates to me because I am a criminal justice major. To understand the rights that a person has in the criminal justice system, you first have to understand Miranda rights. Miranda rights are read to everyone that is being arrested or convicted of a crime. The Miranda rights are read as following. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Do you understand these rights as I have read them to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? These rights were established by the U.S. Supreme Court because of the Miranda versus Arizona case. Miranda rights are to protect the accused and the law system. These rights will never be vetoed because it is a constitutional rule that has become embedded in regular police routine, to the point where the warnings have become a part of national culture. Here's a visual to understand more of the steps of the rights. Miranda rights are used to protect, but they can also be violated. It is the law to have these rights, and if they are not read to you, anything that was said cannot be used against you. Here's an example. Assume John was being questioned by a police officer from a recent robbery at a gas station. Before he was read his rights, John confessed and told him where he put the stolen money. All of this information could have been used in court if John was Mirandaized, but he wasn't, so then the police officials are not allowed to use any of that as evidence for a confession. There are some rules when it comes to the right to a fair trial. The right to a fair trial means that every person should be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty following a fair trial. It also states that a trial should be made within a timely manner. So the system cannot wait for years to allow someone to have a trial. It has to be within time. Also, no person should have to wait years. The presumption of innocence is that everyone charged with a criminal defense shall be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The first right that is stated in the Miranda rights is the right to remain silent. This was established because anything that is said can be used against a person in a court of law. To invoke this, you can't just simply not talk. You have to verbally say that you want this right to remain silent. It does not matter what is said if an understanding officer knows that in revoking the right, it is also a request for an attorney. So that means you will not talk until an attorney arrives, and that's when you will talk to your attorney. It is estimated that around 80% of people waive their right to remain silent. This right protects a person from self-incrimination. It also states that a person cannot be made to testify against themselves. For example, if the lawyer is not present during questioning, it must be made very clear by officials that you do not have to answer if you choose not to, and the consequences if you do. If the police do not stop questioning after a request to remain silent, then that is a violation of the Miranda rights. It is also a violation if they try to switch the person questioning you, because it still doesn't matter. You've already invoked your right to stay silent. The next right is the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. The right to representation by counsel in a criminal proceeding is a right protected by the Constitution. This cannot be changed. The estimates of confessions by suspects during the interrogation range from about 40 to 50%. When legal counsel is provided, the percentage drops dramatically. One way that the right to an attorney can be violated is if the law system denies your defense, without good reason, of course. For example, assume John has chosen an attorney. Although the attorney has no personal relationship to the defendant, he is still denied with no probable cause. This is a violation and can turn into the reversal of the defendant's conviction. When the right to an attorney is turned away by officials, that is unfair treatment and will result in the defendant not being charged. Overall, Miranda rights allow the law system to provide the right to a fair trial. Every person is innocent until proven guilty, and it is the criminal justice system's job to determine that in the fairest way that they possibly can. The three rights are the right to remain silent, which protects a person against self-incrimination, the right to an attorney, which allows a person to have legal representation, and of course the importance of the right to a fair trial. And this is very important because it can affect society in a huge way. Thank you for your time.